Hi, I'm Varsha and welcome to my channel In the Buckets. And I know I have not been able to film or upload any videos, and okay, I was really busy with my studies and exams, but now it's all over and I can do this video with a peace of mind. And this video is going to be my continuation of this lockdown book haul series. And in this third part of the lockdown book haul series, I'm going to show you all the modern classics that I bought during this lockdown. Okay, the first book I have here is this oldest Penguin edition I ever owned. It's the 1942 edition of The Company She Keeps by Mary McCarthy. And this book, okay, the reason I bought this book is less about its plot and more about what this book contains and talks about. So this book is compared to 84 Charing Cross Road, which you know is all about books and classics, and I just loved that book, which I read in, I guess, June or July of this year. And this book talks about the contemporary authors of its time, like T.S. Eliot and many more. So yeah, I'm really excited to read this book. The next book I have here is a collection of short stories by Catherine Mansfield. As you may know, she is an really fabulous and important and popular 20th century short story writer, and this collection of her is one of the two really well-known and widely read collection by her, and this hardcover is just so beautiful. Next book I have here is a collection of Ernest Hemingway's novels, novel extracts and short stories, and this book has the full text of The Sun Also Rises and some extracts from A Farewell to Ames, To Have and Have Not, and For Whom the Bell Tolls. And the only work that I have read by Hemingway is The Old Man and the Sea when I was 16, and I was in love with his writing and what he talks about, and I am really excited to delve into this collection, which is said to be an introduction to his works if you haven't read any of his already. So the next book is the first book in the collection of In Search of Lost Time by Marcel Proudhon, and this book is The Swans Way. And I guess the book in this vintage classic series is 6 in a row, and this is the first book, and it is said to be a really tragic book set in the early 20th century, and is said to be one of the greatest classics in the world literature. And I am just a little scared to read this book, but yeah, I'm going to read it anyway. So the next book has this quote by Jonathan Bate: "I cannot think of any novel that I take more pleasure in rereading." And this book is The Heart is a Lonely Hunter by Carson McCarris. And this book is about this dumb and mute old man who gets this 3 visitors who talks about their struggles, their lives, and I'm just really intrigued by the title of this book, and I'm really excited to find out what this book is actually about. So the next book is the book that I got as a recommendation when I was searching for funny classics, and this is Catch-22 by Joseph Heller. And this book is a real chunky and said to be really funny, and I really don't know much about it, and the back of this book has like no synopsis or anything, but I think it's about escaping this prison. And yeah, this is all I know about this book, but yeah, I want to read this book because it's one of the greatest creations ever of the 20th century literature. Next book is one of the 3 books that I have read in all the books that I have shown you or yet to show you in this book haul, and this is The Lord of the Flies by William Golding. And this book, before reading this book, many people have told me to not to read this book, it's a time waste, and some people have said that it's their favorite work, and even Stephen King's has this book as his favorite on his shelf, as I have heard. And this book, okay, so I have read this book and I really love this book. It's about this group of boys whose plane crashes on this island, on this uninhabited island, and they must survive till someone rescues them. But okay, this book is contrasted with this novel called Carol Island, where the similar incident takes place, boys lost in an inhabited island, but they learn to survive and thrive in that island until someone rescues them. But in this book, these boys, they meet with anarchy instead of creating a society in that island, and it contains some really dark scenarios that I won't tell you. You have to read this book and also find who is the Lord of the Flies. And yeah, it's a really okay, how to say this, this is a book I can never forget if I try to imagine who the Lord of the Flies is. So the second book that I have read among the 3 books in this pile of books is Of Mice and Men by John Steinbeck. When I was a child, I had heard many adults recommend this book and how much they have loved this book and how much it's their favorite. And when I read this book, and this book is really like tiny, and this book is about these 2 men who are thrown out of this job and they get another job, but some tragedy happens and the book ends there. And no, it's not an incomplete narration, but it's just a heartbreaking narration. It's about the test of friendship and about what is actually sane and insane as believed by society. And yeah, it's a book on social commentary. The book makes a social comment, which you will know when you will read this book. So the next book is by the same author, John Steinbeck, and this book has won him a Pulitzer Prize in 1940, and this book is The Grapes of Wrath. And this book is a really dark, another social commentary on poor farmers and American dream again. And it's a really dark book, and it's really huge, so I'm really worried about if I will be able to finish this book or not, but I will definitely try this book because I have heard really good things about this book. But yeah, let me just start the book and see how far I can go. So the third book I completed in the 3 books from this pile is The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. So this is her only full-length novel, and at the start of the book is really witty, and this novel is another like it makes a social comment, but this book is a psychological novel because this is narrated by the character in this book. And this book is really interesting because I find that this book contains so many topics, starting from depression to what happens when you don't achieve something in life, and even it makes comments on how society sees men and women, and how society expects them to behave, and how double life the individuals of society lead. And yeah, I just really it's one of a kind read for me of this year. The last book that I have here is in this out of stock Virago Modern Classic Edition, and this is The House of Mert by Edith Wharton. And this book is about this socialite who is nearing her 30s, and society imposes some rules on her as a woman, which she needs to break or overcome to remain an independent and strong and beautiful woman. And I'm really eager to see how Wharton has treated her female character or protagonist as someone who stands against the current of what society expects from women in the early 20th century. So these were all the modern classics that I bought during this lockdown, and I hope you liked this video. And the next video in this series of book haul videos is going to be of Gothic literature. Let me know in the comments below which book intrigued you most, or which book you have read and really liked. And if you're new to my channel, then do subscribe for similar videos on books, classic books, books discussion, book hauls. My channel is all about books. And yeah, and I will meet you in my next video. Till then, be safe and have a good day. Bye.